16. Gonna hit shoulders. I just got to the gym. Gonna record it here now instead of before I drive or during. Should be pretty good. I feel like my left shoulder always has some like minor tweaks. It's usually when I just try to go too heavy off rip. So gonna try to warm up the rotator cuffs, do a little bit cable lateral raises, and then just do some heavy shoulder pressing movements, probably military press, maybe dumbbell press, maybe some like Arnold's, things like that. But again, gonna try to do less exercises, but more intensity, and just try to kind of keep the video on the shorter side. Not too much to say today. Just gotta keep it going. It's a Saturday, going in at 3:25. I think the gym closes at 6 on Saturdays. Hopefully not 5. I'll double check that. If it closes at 5, I'll do a quicker workout, or I'll cut out the sauna. I didn't get the sauna in yesterday. I came to the gym yesterday on my off day. Just did a little bit of abs, some cardio. Did like 15 minutes on the incline treadmill. Then I did some stretching. I was gonna do the recumbent bike, but I ended up just doing more stretching, some like glute bridges, things like that. Use like the roller to roll out my back because my lower back's always like a little tight. And then I just did some more incline treadmill. And then I was gonna hit the sauna, but I ended up kind of not running out of time, but I kind of just, I don't know, I ended up not doing it. So I didn't really feel guilty not doing it either. It just kind of didn't fit the routine at the time. But I'll probably hit it today. Gonna do shoulders, some incline treadmill, and then sauna. Nothing too crazy. Let me know in the comments if there's any shoulder workouts or any workouts in general that you've seen that I should work on or kind of add to my routine. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I was talking to some guy at the gym named Eric, and he had a lot of good insights overall. But one of the things that he said that interested me was he was saying not to do incline bench. Obviously for hypertrophy, they say incline bench is like one of the best things because you kind of get like the whole chest a little bit better. But I'm trying to get my regular bench up. So he was kind of saying instead of doing incline bench and trying to do like shoulders and upper chest and then doing like flat bench for like the mid chest, to just do flat bench and then military press. So it's like you get full front delts on the military press and you get strong flat chest movements. Because also, as much as it's like, oh, the incline bench press is like better for all of the heads, I can do higher weight for the flat bench. So in terms of time under tension, yes, I guess maybe the whole chest isn't as much time under tension under the flat bench, but the amount of tension is much higher. So because flat for incline bench, maybe I can only do like 185, and like that's kind of pushing it, to be honest. Versus flat bench, I was able to hit 245. So maybe I'll take his advice, even though I know for hypertrophy they say incline bench is the best. I might end up trying to cut that out for a little while. I'll obviously go back to it eventually, but for now I think I'm going to do flat bench and then military press. So today's shoulder day, military pressing movements should be solid. I'll do some dumbbell lateral raises as well as cable. I'm going to try not to do too many exercises, and then cardio. So I'll see you in there. Gonna warm up the triceps, do a little microphone test. It's pretty lightweight, I think, but just trying to warm them up, get them moving before I start doing heavy shoulder pressing. I'll do this, some rotator cuff stuff, quick light lateral raises, shoulder press, and then I'll probably do some heavy lateral raises. And that'll probably be mostly it, maybe a little bit of rear delts. Just trying to get the muscle recruitment going. This one really gets a good stretch in the triceps. Alright, we'll do one more of this. We'll max this machine out. Do one. We'll max it out plus a little weight, actually. So you know you're not ego lifting. In between a lot of my sets, I don't really show it on camera. I do a lot of toe touches. Kind of keep my legs straight, touch the toes, or touch the ground and do elephant walks. Has been really good for my hamstrings. I noticed they're always tight. Like they loosen up when I do that, but then when I walk away for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I do it again, they're tight again. So think it's really good for me to stretch my hamstrings. Might have been able to do 2 or 3 more, but again, not trying to kill my triceps, just trying to recruit them, get them ready for pressing. Let's do some lateral raises, some rotator cuff stuff. All right, gonna do the rotator cuff stuff first. Put on the wrist straps. Instead of having both of the clips, I only do one, so it's easier to clip in and out, and then the moment arm is a little closer to my wrist. Nothing crazy. Could probably go a little heavier. That was 12, pretty easy, but again, it's a warm up. I'll do one more. Move on to lateral raises. Again, a warm up. Not sure if that was in the frame. Comment if you think I should kind of keep, like when I do single arm exercises, should I just post one arm at a time so that you're not watching the same thing twice, just each arm? Should I just do like only right arm, or one exercise right arm, next exercise left arm? It's pretty much the same thing, same effort. You kind of just see it twice. So let me know what you think. Listening to Notorious B.I.G., Ready to Die. Pretty fire album overall. All right, lateral raise time. I think for lateral raises, a lot of people keep the cable start all the way at the bottom. I think it's really important to kind of do it where your arm just rests at, so that you have the maximum tension where your shoulder is the most lengthened, the most stretched, I should say. Let's see if I should adjust this weight. Let's go for one, see how it feels. We'll do one more set with heavier, but this is a good warm-up. All right, let's try 80. I think it's 80 plus the 5, 85. I think it's divided by 4. So that would only be 20, 21, 21.25. I'm going to try to do a little bit of a heavier set. I think I probably go up a little bit more, but again, not trying to fatigue myself before the heavy pressing. A little more momentum in the last one, but it's good to explode. Control on the way down is more important, I think. All right, time for some heavy pressing. All right, the military press is taken, unfortunately. Not even with a bar, but whatever. I'm gonna try 60s for pressing. I think the most I've ever done with this was 75 for like 4, but that was when I was much more bulked up. And I don't think my shoulder was as tweaked then, but let's see how this goes. I mean, I always say like if you go bad, it could go good, and it usually goes good, but it's usually because it also could go bad. So I'm hoping for 6. Let's see. I looked a little unstable when I first picked it up, but it just went a little behind my head. I think that was all right. Only got 5, but see how the next set goes. All right, shoulders were like slightly unstable, so let me try to warm them up a little bit better. Take a minute break. Hopefully the setup for this goes a little better. I'm jealous of the people who have like the dumbbell supports, the dumbbell systems where like an incline dumbbell and here you can like hold it back, you lift up and it moves out of the way. Those are only at really advanced gyms, but we definitely like that. I think a lot of times when you start low, you don't have the tension in the muscle already, so you don't. It's almost like a slingshot where if you start up here, as you go down, it builds the tension, and you can push back up with like that tension, the tendon ligament power. Versus if you just pick it up and start here, there's no tension until you kind of reset up here and then go back down, which is why that first rep was hard. And then once I got it up, I got another 4. So let's see if that happens again here. Damn. Gotten a lot weaker on that. I am perfectly upright, so that has something to do with it. I'm not like one notch back where I can kind of recruit my chest, but I got to work on this. I'm not trying to go too crazy on this one. Already a little fatigued, so just 115 pounds. Looks really tiny, but that's okay. I'm not here for my ego. I'm here to get stronger. You can kind of see the Corvette in the corner if you look over there. You can barely see it. I usually park it a little away from people, so it doesn't get scratched, and then I like to check on it mid-lift, so I always walk over to the window, check on it, make sure she's doing okay. There's some dude behind me that's got 695 loaded up on the bar. He's doing like kind of deadlifts, but he has them. He has it like loaded up halfway already, so on like the spotting bars. So he's only doing the top hinge portion, but there's no way I could lift 695. That's crazy. They're leaving at 115 right now. I feel like having my feet up was actually harder than putting them on the ground. Never mind. He loaded up 745 pounds. That is insane. Mad respect. Regardless of the form, I'm not saying the form is bad, it's probably good. But regardless, that's a lot of weight. Alright. Let's see how much I can do on this. I'm feeling so fatigued. I did hit back pretty hard 2 days ago. Yesterday was my cardio day. But I swear, like when my back is sore, my pressing movements are majorly fatigued as well, or just not as good. I guess that's because you kind of use your back to support everything that you're moving forward. Like when you're benching, you really got to set your scapulas and stuff, but it shouldn't be that much of a difference. So I really got to go a little bit harder on my shoulder press. Man, pretty weak today. It's okay. It's okay. Just trying to get a pump. We're not in a competition. Back down in weight. Just doing 95. Still not easy for overhead press, particularly strict, like no arch. I mean, I arch a little naturally, but my chest doesn't really go back. So it's really the front delts, and really chest activation. I try to work on form over anything, so it's more important that I struggle with good form rather than just change my body position to get the weight up. Try to go all the way down, full ROM. Not always the easiest. Got a little sidetracked. Probably took like a 20-minute break. I didn't necessarily lose the pump, but definitely took a long rest. I was talking to a friend from high school that I really didn't talk to too much. We had like 420 kids in our school,
like 435, I think, or in my class, not my school. There was like 1,600 in the school, so it was hard to know everyone, but I was definitely an acquaintance with them. Definitely a cool homie. I was just checking or catching up with them. Uh, Now that I'm kind of taking a job in Newtown, I'm gonna be in the area. It's not like I'm leaving soon, so it's nice to connect with people, try to like make some more friends, be a little social. So I was happy to talk to him. Uh, he works in Hartford, so it's like an hour commute for him, but he usually comes to the gym around like 8, 9. So I might end up doing that, kind of seeing him here, see how I like it later at night. But I'll probably have to get a stim-free workout so that I'm not doing caffeine at like 8, 9 at night and can't sleep. Especially if I'm getting up early, I gotta be able to actually go to bed by like 10 or 11 at the latest. So probably gonna get. Right now I do Chris Bumstead, CBum, Favage workout, but I think they have a stim-free Favage, so I might have to move on to that. But let's get our pump back and then do some lateral raises. Probably RP 9 there. I might have been able to get one more, but honestly, call it an RP 9.5. Not that that's allowed, but whatever. All right, probably doing one more hard one of this, lateral raises, and then I gotta do some heavy triceps because I think that's my big sticking point in a lot of my lifts. I usually get it off my delts and off my chest pretty quick, and that's always the lockout that's hard. So that's mainly the triceps, I believe. So we got to go heavier on triceps, but then again, tomorrow is legs, and the day after that's arms. So arms is supposed to be the heavy tricep movement, but I already have 2 good triceps on chest day and shoulder day today, and then only on for back I do biceps, but there's no secondary bicep day other than the arms. So when I do arms, ideally I go slightly heavier on biceps than my triceps, but I'm a little bit more focused on growing my triceps, so kind of evens out. So we'll see how that day goes, but one day at a time. Let's finish up the shoulder workout. All right, this is the heaviest I've ever done this machine. I kind of like the stability of this. I honestly probably should do more heavy pressing movements with the machines instead of the like just the bar. I feel like my shoulder has a lot of instability, so while it's good to do that, I probably should do lighter weights for that kind of movement and then heavier on like the machines so that I don't like exacerbate any of my symptoms of instability or ligament issues. But it says 178 pounds and it's single cable, so I think it actually might be, but it has a weird non-super linear movement, so I can't compare it to a bar. Because there's no way I can do this just straight over my head. I wouldn't be surprised if it's half the weight. All right, let's move on. I'm going to do some drop set pins on these. Try to really kill my laterals. So we'll do 40. Again, these are divided by 4, I think. So 10 pounds, I guess. We'll go 70 like I had it before, or 80 I had it before, but we'll do 70. And then maybe we'll try 100 because that's 25, so I think I'll be able to get that. Let's see how it goes. Just gonna go for max reps, AMRAP, and then feel the burn on the last 2 drops. I got 8 for each of them. Not too bad. We'll try to replicate that for the other side. On that last video at the end, some girl walked by in front of the camera. I don't care at all. This is a public gym. And, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, but the situational awareness was definitely lacking there. Thought it was funny. All right, 8, 8, and 8. I feel like I might have rushed that side a little more. I was a little bit more out of breath, but still got all 8, so all good. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna go for AMRAP. I learned that from David Lade and Sam Solik and C-Bum collab. Sam had the funny comment that makes it stick in my mind. He said, "Not as many reps as pleasurable, as many as possible." AMRAP. 7 and 7. That's crazy. All right, I'll reset, switch the camera angle. All right, let's do some heavy triceps and be done. Then do cardio. So I guess not done, but done with lifting. All right, for these, I'm going to do 180 for the drop set pin, down to 120. So whatever that is divided by 4, I guess 45. Yeah. So pretty solid. I got to push myself with the heaviness some more. But I'm going to use both foots because I don't want it to rip off. So it'll take me a little bit longer to set up, but I think it'll be smart to do. Really love to tie it. 8 and 8. All right, I'm gonna tighten these because they're just getting a little loose. I just didn't want to lose circulation, but probably more important for it to not come off than just to tighten it before a set. All right, I think this will be a good tricep finisher. I'm a big fan of this one. It really makes you kind of keep it balanced, but it's also the same weight each side. I have 2 drop set pins, so I can put 1 on each side. Works out perfectly. We'll do 120 down to 90, so that's 240 down to 180, but divide those by 4. I think it's by 4. There's 2 pulleys. I don't know. It's too complex for me. I know I can figure it out. I am an engineer. Could look into it, but off my dome, I'm not sure. I think it's based on the weight. I think it's divided by 4. Hopefully not divided by 8, because then I would be not doing enough weight. Honestly, I'm not even going to do the drop set there. That wasn't enough weight. I'll save that for the next one. I'll do max out, and then you'll see. Save the drop set for when it matters. Doing 180 each side, so that's divided by 4, but then times 2, so just call it 90 total. So 90 for the push downs, and then it'll drop down to 60. So pretty good. I think that'll feel a lot better. Last set. All right, good workout, cardio time.
Just got out. I was in there for a little while. I said hi to a friend that was in there, so that took away like an extra 20 minutes. But then I did like 25 minutes of incline cardio on the treadmill, and then I did like 10-ish minutes in the sauna. It was really packed in the sauna, so I ended up actually standing, and I just did some stretches, kind of some toe touches. I feel like the sauna is a pretty good spot to stretch. I mean, obviously not for the space area, but like if you're warm and your body's getting warmer, kind of loosens up your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons, or whatever. Kind of helps with flexibility. So I was doing some toe touches and some elephant walks in the sauna when I had space to do it, but it got a little crowded, so I ended up just standing for a while. I have my headphones in. I use my AirPods, like my older AirPods. Like, they're still nice, but I have separate headphones I use in the gym just in case the sauna is too hot and breaks them. So it was a good workout overall. Got in our delis after. Got it from my family. My dad requested it. I probably wasn't gonna stop today, but I was thinking about stopping. There's a shop owner named Jimmy who runs it. Shout out Nardelli's in Danbury. They're very, very nice. There was a few people in front of me, and they were very quick overall. There was a guy learning the register, but no issues there. So it was a good workout. Gonna go home, fuel my body. Maybe not the healthiest. I got a buffalo chicken sandwich, and then I got a side of mac and cheese. So at least I'll have a lot of carbs for my lift tomorrow. Tomorrow's hamstrings, legs, hamstring dominant legs. So gonna deadlift again. That's exciting. I just got to make sure I rest my back. I probably should have remembered that and been a little bit more careful about my back today. Not that shoulder uses back, but I don't know. I definitely feels a little maybe sore. I don't know. I did hit back 2 days ago, so I'm sure by tomorrow it'll be fine. So should be a good deadlift day. Hamstrings, deadlift, and some hip thrusts is what I plan for tomorrow. But I'm sure I'll repeat that in my starting video tomorrow. No need to get into that now. Gonna enjoy my drive home. Jimmy gave me a free drink. I'm not like super big on soda or things like that, so I didn't want to Like I probably wouldn't have gotten a soda drink because then it's like sugar. I'm trying to be a little bit healthier for the gym, putting in the hard work. Might as well like diet and cut down a little. But at the same time, if he's gonna give me a free drink, I appreciate that, and I want to show my appreciation. So I took it anyway. Whatever, twist my arm, I'll have a starry. Rip Sierra Miss, but whatever. Gonna enjoy that. Gonna go home. I'm planning on starting a job in a couple weeks, so I have a few things I got to get done at home while I still have the free time. It is the weekend, but I think next weekend or the weekend after, I'm going up to Boston for my birthday to see my brother. So I'll be 25. Exciting. That's like quarter life, a little past quarter life because most people don't make it to 100, but we'll call it quarter life. We'll be optimistic. Maybe medicine will improve by the time I'm older so that being 100 is a little bit more normalized. Likely not, but that's okay. Maybe my life choices, my lifestyle choices will get me there. There's no way to know now. Life is unpredictable, but no need to be morbid. Very happy overall. I got a lot of my ducks in a row. Got a lot of things going on in terms of I'm managing a lot, trying to get my life easier to maintain and to manage before I start working, so that way it's a little bit easier just to go to work, come home, and relax. Although it won't be relaxing, I'll still be going to the gym. So all good there. I'm sure I could ramble on for a while now, but I'm trying to keep these videos short, so just gonna keep it short and sweet. Little life advice or a saying that I've been having in my head, a little unrelated to what I've been saying just now, but I have this, I heard it, I forget who said it, but they said, just because it's heavy doesn't mean you can't handle it well, and just because you handle it well doesn't mean it's not heavy. And I think that's very important. I kind of go into that with like the loss of my dog, the weights in the gym in general, and just kind of overall life problems coming at you. Like, just because it's hard, like, doesn't mean you can't try to handle it well and be like stoic, like feel the feelings, but not let them affect your decisions. But at the same time, just because you're doing well and you feel like you're handling it all together, it doesn't mean it's not hard. There's a lot of people who do very good in life and they get a lot of things done and they support their families and they're appreciated, but that doesn't change from the fact that it's very hard to do that still and be like all the thoughts in your head that you think you should be doing, if you're actually doing it, like that's very hard to do. So it's very impressive that those people are doing it and they're handling it well, but it's still heavy. So shout out to all the people putting in the grind. Hopefully I'll be on that grind soon, and I'll see you next time. End video.